As a woman technical architect, I always get questions from young girls and women colleagues. Is it possible to get into tech even if you do not know how to code? And the answer is yes, you can get into tech even if you do not know how to write a single line of code. And yes, they do pay very well. So I'm going to be talking about 5 of those roles where you can get into tech even if you do not know anything about coding. So let's get started. Number one is business analyst. Well, a business analyst would work alongside technical leads, solution architects, technical architects, developers to understand how they are doing something and why they are doing something. What is the business value of doing something, and how can organizations can benefit from it? How can end users benefit from it? It is a broad role, so beginners might feel overwhelmed, but it is a flexible position and encompasses many different activities. You could be an entry-level business analyst, or you could be a senior experienced professional. You could be reporting directly to the head of delivery or company, or you could be working with the project manager or the product manager. So the role varies and it encompasses different tasks, and therefore the job description can vary a lot from one firm to another. Now the question arises, what does a day of a business analyst look like? Well, the answer is that it varies. The role of a business analyst is to understand the current business processes and find out solutions on how they can improve them. It could be process improvements, it could be organizational changes, etc. They would use the data that is available and provide insights on how the organizations can operate more efficiently. They would use data modeling techniques on how some changes in organizations can lead to better benefits. Part of their role also includes interviewing the end users and understanding their pain points so that they can help find a solution. They would be running client workshops or training sessions for user adoption. Their goal is to understand the business requirements, write them in simpler languages so that the delivery team can understand and deliver it. They create business process diagrams, they understand the high level requirement and try to write them in a simpler language so that the delivery team can understand and help find a solution and develop them. Business analyst is always open to communication because they are the bridge between delivery team and the business stakeholders. So if you like interacting with people, speaking to people, this could be a promising role for you. They might have to travel to client locations, and if you like traveling, this could be a therapy. This takes us to the next role that I'm going to talk about, which is the role of a change manager. Whenever small or large transformations happen, it's very important for users to adopt it, and that's where the role of a change manager comes into picture. Whenever these small or large transformations happen, the users who would be using it at the end of the day do have some resistance. The role of a change manager is to anticipate that there would be some level of resistance and make a plan and strategy on how to reduce this resistance and convince the users for adopting it. This could include training the end users. This could include answering their questions in a language only the end users would understand. Their ultimate goal is to maximize the return of investment that the business has put in order to fund the transformation. They would be doing trainings directly to the end users, or they would be doing trainer sessions. They would be creating how-to documents. They would be creating videos, guides, or PowerPoint presentations on how the users can use the new system. The next role that I'm going to talk about is the role of a tester or a QA. Well, a tester or a QA is responsible for testing the application or the product and making sure that it's bug-free. They have to think about all the positive and negative scenarios which would test the product and make sure that the product is bug-free. They would create defects if there are any deviations from the expected behavior. They have to make sure that the product that the whole delivery team is working for meets the acceptable qualities and standards. There are different stages of testing, so the responsibility of a good tester is to make sure that they identify the bugs at the very beginning or as early as possible, because the more mature the product becomes, it becomes difficult to fix any of the issues. Organizations have realized how important testing is, and therefore now is the best time to explore this option. The next role I'm going to be talking about is the role of a Scrum Master. Well, After agile methodology has been adopted at an enterprise level, both by small and large organizations, this role of Scrum Master has emerged. A Scrum Agile methodology works like this. The product owner would submit a request for a piece of work to be completed, and the delivery team would divide it into multiple chunks and allocate it to a sprint. What is a sprint? Sprint is nothing but a time-boxed period in which small activities or tasks are completed. The role of a Scrum Master is to ensure that the Scrum team or the delivery team is unblocked, and if there are any blockers, how would he help them unblock? The Scrum Master would run daily stand-ups, and he would encourage the team to update on what they are doing and if they are blocked by anything. What are they doing if they are blocked by anything, and facilitate mediums in which blockers can be unblocked. They would monitor progress, they would provide timely feedback, and they would encourage a culture of agility and learning. They are the communicator between the project team and the rest of the business stakeholders, and communicate what progress has been made, what are the blockers, and so on. On some occasions, they would be taking meeting notes and circulating them. They are the common thread between the stakeholders and the delivery team, and making sure that they connect with each other on a regular basis. Last but not the least is the role of a content writer. If you're good at storytelling or you like explaining things, there is a very promising role waiting for you, which is the role of a content writer. Now, the question is, what do content writers do? Well, they create content, obviously. But is that what they are hired for? No. Companies hire content writers to write attractive content which could convert traffic into leads and leads into customers. So the goal of a content writer is to do marketing. They would be writing content to attract and convert a stranger who has indicated interest in the company's products and services. This stranger is called a lead in the marketing world. The job of a content writer is to write content which a lead will read and get interested in a company's products and services, and even end up buying it. The content may include blog posts, website copies, social media posts, or white papers. Their job includes proofreading, researching, and writing. They would liaise with marketing professionals and company leaders to understand the latest business needs. While there are other roles in tech that do not involve coding, I have included only some. Watch this space for more. I'll be making more videos on what are the other roles. I'll see you then. Bye bye.